Jerry, good morning. How are you doing here today? Can you hear me?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Look, thanks for joining us here. Really appreciate it. Let me just get this right out of the way, right at the top here. We're going to be talking about Faraday Future here today, ticker FFAI. And I want to let you know that our group here, we have traded your stock before, but we haven't traded your stock based necessarily on the story or the fundamentals. Instead, just been kind of trading it based off whatever it's doing technically, or if it appears on a scanner or something like that. But we've looked into the company and we definitely want to hear more about this. So, Faraday Future Intelligent Electric is a California based global shared intelligent electric mobility ecosystem. Again, the ticker here is FFAI. Can you please tell us about what you do?
Yeah, sure. We're a California-based intelligent electric vehicle company. The company was founded in 2014, so we've been around for a little bit more than 10 years.
Okay.
We have invested almost $4 billion into our product and technology. Right now, we already launched our first vehicle, which is a very top tier Halo product called FF91. Actually, the car has a very strong performance. For example, 0 to 60 only 2.3 seconds, having 1,050 horsepower, a almost 400 miles per charge on the battery range to get rid of range anxiety. It's not only a very powerful car, but it's a very smart, very clever car as well. So it's fully powered by Android, developed by us. So we have been doing it for the 10 years. And at the back seat of the car, there's a 27-inch foldable screen. You can enjoy all the live event. We can literally have an interview at the car. You can see all the NBA games, whatever that you want. So it's mimic to your living room experience. It's a larger car, similar to Rolls-Royce. We're selling at something around 100,000 to 300,000, selling to the top celebrities like Chris Brown, Jason Oppenheim, Pardons, Mariah Carey. So all the people love this vehicle.
Okay.
But more importantly, we're penetrating down into the mass volume markets. Right now, we're in the phase of launching our second product, which is called FX Super One. It's a full-size SUV. Slightly larger than Cadillac Escalade, but only selling half of the price. We already have 10,000 pay reservation in our hand, and we plan to start to manufacture by end of this year.
Okay, first of all, I'm a car guy myself. So when you talk to me about 1,000+ horsepower, I get really excited. I just can't help it. I got a need for speed. My own car is quite quick, although it's not quite at 1,000 horsepower there. And that screen in the back, that actually reminds me of the new screen that you get in the BMW 7 Series, which kind of folds down from the back, makes it a really enjoyable experience. That's great to hear. Really cool stuff there, and I appreciate that. Let me ask you, just kind of get into the stock here. How do you plan to balance the capital needs for FF and FX brands while scaling production? And what is your cash runway and funding strategy? Are you looking to raise money through capital markets, make a partnership? How's that going to work?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first of all, we're using a very asset light mode, very efficient. For example, last year I only burned less than $80 million, only like 10% or even less than 10% of generally what my peer was doing for last year. So I'm running this business very efficiently. And second, I'm leveraging the existing like $4 billion investment that we already did for the past 10 years. So the factory is ready, the team is ready, the brand is ready, the equipment and the facility, everything is ready, and our sales and after-sale network is ready. So we do not need a lot of additional capital in order to launch our product. And third, we're partnering with a very large Asia OEM to bring the second product, FX Super One, to United States and get it launched by end of this year. And their capacity, they manufacture millions of cars per year, very sound, robust, and great partner for us to have. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Instead, we're partnering with them and taking advantage of them having their mechanical purchasing power, supply chain, manufacturing capabilities, but we're focusing on the branding, focusing on the technology, autonomous driving, operating system, so on and so forth. So in general, we're doing the business very efficiently, leveraging the existing $4 billion investment. And the focus will be FX because for FF is a Halo product, the volume is small. So basically, we're delivering the car 1 or 2 cars per quarter. We're seeing it more like a marketing promotion. It's very hard to get one, right? But we're only delivering to top celebrities. But the focus will be FX. We're trying to hit a growth margin, positive growth margin very soon after the FX initial launch. We feel very confident about that.
Okay.
Once it's launched, we basically do not need substantial additional capital.
Okay, that's actually really good to hear. I know from the trader side of us, we don't really care. The investor side of us, that is perhaps one of the most important data points. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Let me ask you, what's your path to profitability? Are there any targets for gross margins or deliveries or unit volumes that investors should know about?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a manufacturing capacity of something like 30 to 40,000 per year in our California manufacturing facility. It's quite large, 1.1 million square feet. We invest 300 million already into that facility, so the facility is up and running. It's ready. It's in the production of F91, and it's ready for our second vehicle, FX Super One. So again, we're trying to targeting a positive gross margin as soon as possible after we launch the car. And I think the path to profitability is quite clear, right? So once we're launching something around like 20 to 30,000 on my best estimate, things will be quite interesting, and we might have a chance to be profitable, which is not a very high target.
Okay, awesome. That actually does sound like a very attainable target. So that's also great to hear. Can you expand a little bit on your international strategy, specifically in places like the Middle East, where demands, where are you seeing demand? Where are you going next here?
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing very good demand in both Middle East as well as in United States. And to be honest, Middle East is a great market. It's actually
Mhm.
very good for branding, for marketing, and we have a great local partner, is royal family member in Ras Al Khaimah, UAE, and they are giving us great support, providing us license, providing us manufacturing facility. They love us as a U.S. manufacturing technology company. Right, but on the other hand, the UAE market size is relatively small, only 200,000 cars sold per year. But in
Mhm.
United States, we're the second largest automotive market globally, 15 million cars sold per year. Right, so the focus is definitely in United States market, but with the branding promotion as well as pilot manufacturing capability or opportunity in UAE, that's very important for us. So the plan is to launch in UAE first in November. Actually, we're going to share a little bit more today and shortly after that on our progress in both United States as well as in UAE. And then the target is to start manufacturing in the United States by end of this year.
Okay. All right. So pretty good targets there. Let me ask you, just kind of shifting gears here a little bit. Can you walk us through how the C10 Treasury investment portfolio is structured? Passive versus active allocations, diversification, risk management, et cetera?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. We're 80% passive and 20% active. And you definitely know, as a capital markets trader, right? For the normal people, right, not for the professional trader, but for normal people, the most efficient way is to buy passive index fund if they wanted to trade U.S. equity, right? And similar thoughts here. We're building a crypto index fund focusing on top 10 crypto and having
Mhm.
a weighted ratio on their market cap. So basically, it's very, basically reflect how the market move, right? And we do our allocation because we're a public company focusing on building cars. We're not taking risks, taking bets of betting number 300 coin and betting it go up 1,000%. No, we wanted to be careful. We wanted to fulfill our fiduciary duty to our shareholder. So basically, we allocate 80% of our own capital into the digital asset treasury by the passive index fund strategy, and 20% allocate based on our own active analysis, but focusing on the top 10 coin. And basically, our selection, I would say we did a good job for the past few weeks. We select BNB, which is our largest position. They have a reached historical high. We
Yep.
select Hype. We select Link. We select Solana. All the coins are trading great. It's beat our index, so we're quite happy there.
Okay, so it sounds like this actually helps your automotive operations. It's not just for financial diversification.
No, it's not for just for financial diversification for the following reasons. So first, as we know, the crypto asset trading or the value has been going up very well for the past 5 to 7 years. Based on our estimate, it has a CAGR of almost 70%. right? So the underlying asset will appreciate, hopefully, if this development continues, which we firmly believe. And second, it can generate a yield of almost like 5% by staking, right? So whatever the staking yield that we're generating, this can be supportive on the cash flow that we need on the automotive side. And third, this strengthens our balance sheet, right? So it's net asset that has substantial upside opportunity and generating cash flow. So our financials will be better compared to us not doing that. So it's a win-win scenario here.
Yeah, I like that. I like the thought, and I like to see more and more companies doing that, me personally. Okay, I've got first of all, thank you again for being here. I've got two really quick questions from our viewers here that I'll get you out on. First one here is, when is the launch of the new car?
The launch will be in UAE, Middle East first in November, and
Okay.
we'll start the manufacture in US by end of this year, and then we'll gradually launch and gradually ramp up from there in United
Okay.
States.
Okay, and I know you kind of briefly touched on this, but it might not totally sank in. Another question here is, how can you get to your 3,000 car target if you're only making 2 to 3 every quarter?
So it's basically different vehicle. 2 to 3 every quarter is our FF91, the first flagship vehicle, similar to Tesla. Tesla did not launch Model 3 and Model Y at the very beginning, right? They launched Roadster, very small volume payload product, similar to FF91. Then they penetrate down to Model S and Model X, then going down to Model 3 and Model Y. So we are doing our own, like something between Model X, and Model 3 and Model Y. FX Super One, targeting relatively mass volume market, selling half of the price of the Cadillac Escalade. We have a capacity again of 30 to 40,000 per year, so we're able to get that car launched no problem. And we wanted to do it step by step instead of rushing getting all the vehicle delivered and having some quality issue. That's not good for anyone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, absolutely fantastic. Was there anything else that you'd like to share with the viewers or potential investors here today?
Sure. Please pay some attention and focus on us. Our market cap is only 250 million US dollar. We're nothing compared to other vehicle companies publicly traded in the United States. But I think the company have huge potential. And if we launch the car step by step, the goal is not to take 10%, 20% share and be better than Tesla or larger than Tesla. At least that's not the near-term goal. The goal is to step by step, even if we capture 1% of the US automotive market, we're talking about 150,000 vehicles per year, which is more than enough to bring us to profitability. So I think we have a very unique advantages and action capability, as well as the great market upside potential.
Okay, absolutely fantastic. Faraday Future President Jeremy Wang, really appreciate your time. Perhaps we can have you back after that launch in the UAE. You could let us know how it goes. That'll help investors pay more attention.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're sharing more information on today's event, September 19th. So please pay attention to that as well, if you're interested.
There you go. Jerry, thank you very much for waking up early and joining us here today. We really appreciate it. Look forward to following up with you in the future, okay?
No problem. Thank you so much. Take care.
You're very welcome. Have a great day and enjoy your weekend.